Moving to Canada can be exciting. You're looking forward to a new adventure, taking up new opportunities for your family. But the truth is that there's an emotional roller coaster you go through that people hardly share. Sometimes newcomers don't share these struggles because they feel people might judge them that, oh, you have an opportunity and you're here complaining, or that they might seem as if they made the wrong choice. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 of these roller coaster emotions that I am currently experiencing and what I am doing to overcome it. My name is Sandra and I recently moved to Edmonton in Alberta, Canada with my family. The truth is that as much as it's exciting to be on a new adventure and follow our goals and our dreams, there are several emotions that we need to deal with. First off is boredom and loneliness. When you just arrive, you are pretty much going to spend a lot of time at home. After finding your accommodation, maybe work hasn't started. Yes, for most people, this is the truth. Work hasn't started, school hasn't started. So you're going to be spending a lot of time at home. If you move with family, it can be better because you get to talk to somebody else in the house. But the honest truth is, even with family around, you can still get bored because life back home is different from when you arrive. You are yet to form your community. You don't know a lot of people yet. You don't know your city yet. So that can be very tough. For instance, even if you want to move out, it can be expensive because you are either using the Uber or you are using a taxi. If you are using the bus system here is not as very efficient as it is in the UK or other European countries. You can be standing out in the cold for very long and that can deter you from moving out. Maybe you plan to buy a car but you've not bought it yet, and so it can be very difficult to move out and to explore your environment, right? Despite this, for me, one of the things I've decided to do is to make time at least each month to explore the city. For example, when we arrived, we went out as a family to see the Alberta Museum, and that was nice, getting out to see other people and breathing fresh air. And you need to make time to form a community. If you are a Christian and you go to church or whatever belief system you are in, you can join the church, join your mosque and build a community around yourself, and this can help you to alleviate some of the boredom that you feel. Boredom can lead to loneliness. You've left your family home, right? You've left your network home and it took you several years to build that network. So you need to give yourself the grace of time to grow a network here and to also explore your community. Unlike back home where there's a wedding or there's a funeral or there's a family get together, you can just pop into your friend's house. It's not very much like that here, especially if you're a newcomer. So it's going to take time. Some people are not able to deal with this boredom and loneliness, and within the first year, they want to take their bags and leave. According to Statistics Canada, newcomers to Canada have self-reported the highest levels of loneliness as compared to people who are born here. And that is really normal because you are now forming your new community. You don't know people here yet, so it's going to take time. Boredom and loneliness link back to the next point of homesickness. Again, you've left your family, you've left your friends, and you are going to miss them. It's very normal. You can't just take a flight and go back home and say, I'm coming to visit and I'm coming. It doesn't work like that, right? So you're going to miss them, especially with the time difference. By the time I am awake, my friends and family are asleep. So sometimes it's hard to call them and catch up and see how life is going. But you need to adjust. And let's not talk about the food. You are going to miss your food. You've been eating this all your life, right? What I am finding to help is finding alternatives. If I can't find my local food here, I'll find alternatives and adjust. It's all about adaptability, your ability to adapt to your new environment, learn a new culture, learn a new way of life. Luckily, there are several African stores or Asian stores or European products that wherever you are from in the world, you'll be able to purchase this and enjoy your local delicacy. It might be a little expensive, but it's your call to make. If you miss home that much, you can take advantage of all these alternatives. And honestly, the energy here can be different depending on the city that you are arriving. It can be similar to where you're coming from or very different. For example, in Ghana, there are corner stores all over the place. Even if I'm home from morning till evening, I can just pop into the shop and grab something, have a conversation with the shop owner, and then come back home. Over here in Canada, maybe in Edmonton, it's not very common. Back home, you can see people on the streets talking to each other, maybe sometimes even shouting at each other. But over here, it's very quiet. Sometimes I stand on the balcony and I ask my husband, how do people live here? You know, it's very slow paced sometimes. when it comes to social activities. Luckily, there are a lot of ways that you can reach out to your family at home. There's WhatsApp video calls, there's Zoom. You need to just make a little bit of sacrifice and call them at a time that's convenient for everybody and have a chat. If you have a friend that you can trust and honestly opening up and sharing your struggles as a newcomer will help you to overcome these things. Better than bottling it all up and then one day just carrying your bag and then saying that, you know what, I can't do this anymore. Now, number 3 is feeling overwhelmed. When you arrive, you need to get your SIM card. You need to get your SIM in a bank account to be able to transfer your funds from your home country to Canada. And you need to find housing. You need to get your kids in school. You are doing that within a very short time frame and it can feel very overwhelming. There's always one thing or the other to do. Back home, you had your whole life. It took you time to get your driver's license. Then it took you time to find a doctor that you like. It took you time to research and find the school that you want for your kids. But here, you need to do all these things quickly. And it's a lot to do within a short time frame. And sometimes you can ask yourself, who even sent me? Again, it's part of the process. So you need to take a breather. If you need to take a few days off, maybe you have your SIM number now, you have your SIM card, you have a place to live, you can take a breather and say, you know what, next week go and do the health card, or the following week. You need to prioritize and see which ones are very urgent and which ones that you can put aside for a while. Otherwise, you are going to burn out and you are going to feel really, really overwhelmed. Even though we've been here for a while, there are still things that we need to sort out. We are still processing our child benefits. We are still processing so many other things. I was speaking to a friend who lives in the US and she shared this with me and it's been very helpful. She said that give yourself the grace of time. You don't give yourself the grace of time and you feel that I have to get a lot of things within the shortest possible time. You are going to feel burnt out. I know you need to start earning, you need to pay your bills and all that, but your mental health and your physical health is also equally important. Now let's not talk about the weather. Everybody knows Canada is cold. I live in Edmonton and it's cold. Even at -5 degrees, we are being told that it's not winter yet. We are waiting for -30. Can you imagine? So it can be overwhelming, especially coming from a tropical region where it's sunshine throughout. Sometimes it's as high as 30 degrees. And here it's -5. You need to learn how to layer up. You need to know which shoes to wear, which jackets to buy. It's a lot. But then, like they say in Norway, no weather is bad weather. It's just how you dress. So find out from people how you should dress. You can find out on Google, how you should dress and be comfortable. Last of all, like I mentioned earlier, the pace can be slow. Right now, there's nobody outside. There's nobody going and coming. Once in a while, you see a car passing. There are other places like downtown where there's a lot of hustle and bustle. But most of the time in your community where you live, you hardly see people going and coming. I know it's not just in Canada. It's in several places in Europe and North America. But you need to adjust. If you're home, you can find a hobby. If you read, if you watch a movie, find something that you enjoy doing. Even though you have family with you, sometimes you have family in the house, but you feel bored and you want to go out for fresh air. Summertime, you can take a walk in the park. What I'm doing is going online, finding activities that I can do. Christmas is coming, finding activities that we can do as a family in the Christmas season, places that we can see, places that we can visit. I was fortunate to link up with another family on YouTube and they are here in Edmonton and we've been able to connect. So gradually you build a community and things will get better. What I would say is that making a major life change, like moving to another country, can be very tough. Whether on your mind, on all the things I need to adjust to. I think it's unfair on ourselves to think that the moment we arrive, everything is going to be as it was in our home country. No. It's like the caterpillar that becomes a butterfly. Sure that when the caterpillar is in the cocoon, turning into a butterfly, it's hard. But eventually it comes out to be a very beautiful butterfly. So once you realize that, you know what, I've lived several years of my life in my home country. My mindset is that I know it's not going to be the same. With time, it will get better. With time, I'll form a community. With time, I'll make friends. I'll build a career. Things will get better. The reality is that most of us do not prepare ourselves emotionally for that reality. But this video is to help you, if you've already landed or you're planning to land, to forecast and know that these are things that you are going to have to adjust to. I hope this video helps you to find ways of adjusting to a new environment and giving yourself the grace of time to know that every good thing takes time. My name is Sandra. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content on moving and living in Canada.